So, we're trying this again. I already did this stream once, and as the noob I am, I managed to mess something up a little bit. So, this is the recording we did yesterday. Sonia is a good colleague, and we did a piano song. Maybe you heard it. And this is a tank drum song. Tank drum by Guzmuzgi. Kosmosky with a K, why, the Russian spelling. Handmade tank drum. And we recorded it in part of an abandoned plant, fabric area. And we found a hall which is decent size with a huge reverb. And the sides are kind of open up, so you can hear seagulls and cars, 2 cars, I think, in this recording in the background. And we knew that, and we just decided that becomes part of this recording. So whenever the seagulls wanted to sing along, we welcomed it. So I have organized this into 2 tracks. We recorded it in Reaper. This is her main mic. It's a Shure SM27. Not a very exclusive or exquisite or super expensive mic by any means, but solid, dependable, built very well, and feels absolutely safe to bring it with you outside into a dusty old hall. And the results you get from it is just good and solid and safe. So, and we also brought a Rode NT4. That's these stereo mics from Rode, or Rode, or whatever you say. So they are recording me just up into the air to get some ambience. So these 2 tracks at the bottom here. We are going to do some additional recording, adding things, maybe some choir, maybe some bass, who knows, to this. So this is just a foundation. This is take 1, and I think this is the take we will use, the first magic. Hard to recreate later. We did 3 takes in total, but I think we will go for this one. And so what I wanted to do today was just test these, just run them through some of my hardware and check out the results and kind of plan ahead what we want to do. The mic preamps was from my Steinberg UR44 or something. So not terribly exciting, but also surprisingly good preamps for that price. And absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. They are really solid, as you will hear. And so the first thing I did, and now all the hardware is set the way I wanted it, but I wanted to use my API 560 EQ that you see on the left there. So let me just solo this and turn on the API. So what am I doing here? I'm adding a tiny little bit of bottom with it. And I think the mud was in the 500K, no, not 500K, 500 Hertz region. So I removed that. But these 560s, they're so fun. You just pick your frequency and then try it. That's horrible. So yeah, so see lots of mud there. So pull that back a bit. But the 250 gives it a little, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing with my hand in a way. 250 gives it kind of a warmth. Same with 125. So super easy EQ to use. It's just pull a slider to add, and you like what it adds, and do that. And if it makes the sound worse, then probably you should go to the subtraction side, remove some of that. Yes, it gives a little bit more body, tiny little bit of presence. She's playing the drum with some sticks, which do have a really soft head, but you still have a little bit of I don't know if you could hear that. There's one part of the sound that I don't like as much as the rest. Kind of that. I'll show you with the spiff afterwards. And then I tried the Brute compressor, which you should see dancing a bit now on the screen. Yeah, it just gives it a nice roundness in the bottom there, bottom frequencies. Yeah. Oh, so much better with it on. And then I added the Elysia that you see on the right there in the rack. But you're not going to see the meters move when I put it on. Well, actually, let me show you. Let's see, will this work? And then if I do the Brute little control panel here, yeah, there you can. So now you can see when I turn it on and off, and you can also. This is with it on and off. I'll do the same with the API for you. So it's not a huge change. It just kind of softens it and rounds it and makes it pleasant, which is probably what we want to do with this type of genre here. Okay, and then here's the Elysia, the compressor on the right, and you're not going to see the meters move because it's not doing any compression. The only thing I wanted to try here was the warm mode. It has a warm mode that changes the sound slightly, and kind of, to my ears at least, removes attacks. So it's little bit like a transient designer, only a smidge though. And it does also something at like the bottom frequencies. So here it's on. Try to get the gaining properly. So I'm not sure if you can hear that on the stream. That part of the sound. It doesn't always work with a warm mode, but I think on this track it does something I like. You can do the compressor. Use it as a compressor too, just so you can hear that. Let's turn off these. And now it's doing a little bit of compression. I don't like that as much. No, it's too obvious. So I would do it with a tiny, just very little bit at the top. But to me, it doesn't. Well, of course, I could adjust the. Try to make it work with that sound, but it's better without. So, be gone. Okay, and then on the. Reverb microphone. This is fun. So actually, the first thing I did was add the S1 stereo imager. And I played with the width. And I think the default is here somewhere. And I increased it. And now it sounds like how it did to my ears, the space. So it sounds more the way it should. And then I also added the LA4A compressors. I'll show you the sound here, because that's also does something really fun to the stereo image, because they are run in parallel mono and not in linked stereo. Oh. One of them is a tiny bit dodgy. Ditch gear. So listen for it, especially for the stereo feeling. Off. On. To me, it kind of tidies up the sound and makes it a bit spacious and kind of in a calming way. So that's definitely beneficial here. Here's the LA4 and the S1 together. And then at the end, I also added some air from the Moog EQ, which you are seeing is now working. Off. And there's the seagull in the background. So it's a bit of 650 boost there, tiny bit of 0.5. Okay, and some air. I'll crank the air so you can hear it. Which is kind of nice, but I think it was too much when I combined tracks again. Something like that is nice. But I think we might use quite a bit of the reverb. We'll see how the song progresses. But that's kind of the unique character of this, is that space. So no point in trying to pretend it wasn't in that space. So here is also a nice delay. It was a bit of a distance from the main mic to the ambience mics. Okay, yeah, I wanted to show you the part of the song I don't like. So I have a spiff here to kind of exaggerate that. Yeah, now you hear it. I'll show you here. This is a spiff plugin. I see when this part here dances. It's like pee, 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 pee. Nicer without it. Smoother. Don't be this dramatic with it. Ugly. Smooth. But now I'm tempted to boost the 560 EQ to kind of compensate. Oh yeah, that works much better. A problem with Spiff is I don't think we can use it. No, I can't find it, of course. What? Here, channel latency. Yeah, see? Insane latency, 98.1 milliseconds. And that's all Spiff by itself. Adding the hardware units adds 1.5 milliseconds or something. 1.6, 1.1, yes, that's there. So that's not a whole lot, but Spiff, we can't have you when we are working on the song, so this needs to be added back in later. Or I do a kind of a bounce of the track with these hardware settings on and the Spiff, which is probably what I'll end up doing. And then in the project here, I will keep this original and then I'll have a new track under and then just mute the original. Yes, I think that was about it. Thanks for watching. I am now stopping the stream. Ta-ta.